We begin with Vicky Nguyen, who attended today's hearing in Washington, D.C. And Vicky, from bad welds, lack of inspection, lack of oversight, the NTSB cited it all.
Scathing words from the NTSB today, Jessica. They said that the pipeline rupture in San Bruno represented failure at every level, from PG&E's installation of substandard piping and welds to the PUC's lack of oversight. The NTSB even said PHMSA, the federal agency that is supposed to make sure our pipelines are safe, was not doing its job.
Today, the NTSB determined that the cause of this pipeline accident was flawed pipe, flawed operations, and flawed oversight.
The NTSB's final word, substandard pipe joined by substandard welds, were ignored by PG&E for 50 years, allowing for the explosion that killed 8 people in San Bruno. But if something good can come from the firebomb, it is the NTSB report demanding regulators and operators like PG&E change the way they work.
We saw that they had bad records, they had bad data, and you cannot run a performance-based system with garbage in, you're going to get garbage out.
The NTSB wants no more shoddy record keeping, no more grandfather clauses to protect old pipes, and real investments into automatic and remote control valves that can shut off gas within minutes.
There were recommendations that weren't followed, and we're determined and bound to determine that these recommendations get approved this time and that this never happens again anywhere.
The mayor says 6 homes are being rebuilt and more are on the way. And what are we going to see specifically in California that's going to change?
In the PG&E region, we're going to have the safest system around because the CPUC has awakened. It was a regulator in name only. It was a rubber stamp.
PG&E has been here before after pipelines exploded in San Francisco and Rancho Cordova. The NTSB says the agency's inaction and failure to adopt emergency procedures, including basic drug testing after a disaster, set the scene for San Bruno. The chairman described it as people running around, chaos, that no one really knew what was going on in those critical moments after the fire started. Do you think that was the situation?
I think our team was evaluating the situation as best that they could. As I said, you know, in retrospect, it is one of those where we can see that there are a lot of improvements that need to be made.
PG&E President Chris Johns.
We're not in a position to let our words do the talking. It has to be our actions. And so it is the actions that we're taking to reduce pressure, to replace pipe, to do hydrostatic testing, to do more leak evaluations, to make our lines more in-line piggable. Those are the actions that we're taking.
To hear our complete uncut interview with PG&E President Chris Johns, go to NBCBayArea.com and search San Bruno. Hear it for yourself. Now, as for the PUC, they say they welcome these recommendations and that they will improve their oversight procedures. Reporting live in Washington, D.C., I'm Vicky Nguyen, NBC Bay Area News.
Okay, Vicky, thank you. Interesting comments by Chris Johns, the boss of PG&E. Today